Good evening, friends. Happy Friday to all of you. So it is finally happening. Top Democrats in Congress are now urging that the president sign an executive order into law. By taking executive action, millions of Americans will receive additional crisis relief immediately. So friends, please make sure that you watch until the end of this video to learn more about these new relief programs. Also, I will be giving away a $75 Walmart gift card every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Sundays. To enter the giveaway, all you have to do is click and like several of my videos, and then comment below the keyword of each video that you watch. Remember, friends, the more often you comment below a keyword on a video, the greater your chance of winning the giveaway.
Shows a lot of inflation, skyrocketing inflation. Nearly every single American has been feeling that in their pocketbook on the basics of life, especially since the last 15 months of President Biden's policies have kicked it into place. I guess what the surprise was, though, is that how bad the rate of inflation really is. Inflation through the CPI has increased 8.3% over the last 12 months. The biggest single year of growth since 1984. Combine that with a decrease of 3% in real wages under the Biden era, American families are facing serious damage to their wallets and to their dreams. Inflation is indeed a tax on every American and has been skyrocketing thanks to Biden and the Democrats' out-of-control spending. Inflation has increased every single month of the Biden presidency. But first, he claimed the high prices were transitory. Secondly, then he blamed it on Russia's invasion of Ukraine, even though that was over a year into his term and prices were already rapidly rising. Then he actually pretended it didn't exist. While Americans are suffering, he didn't want to just sweep this self-made economic crisis under the rug. And finally, this week, he had the audacity to claim that combating inflation was now his top priority. Oh, but wait, it was Republicans' fault that inflation was so bad. This is under his party's.
3 Democratic senators want President Biden to go as big as possible with student loan relief, and that means urging him to wait on canceling any debt. Politico reported today that Senators Elizabeth Warren, Chuck Schumer, and Raphael Warnock are requesting President Biden to hold off on implementing any loan forgiveness via executive action until they can arrange a meeting with him. According to sources familiar with the matter, the 3 lawmakers want one last chance to push President Biden to go as big as possible with the relief, following the president's comments that he is not considering $50,000 in debt cancellation for federal borrowers. Raphael Warnock, spokesperson, told reporters President Biden told Senator Warnock months ago he wanted to meet about this issue. And Senator Warnock wants to make sure that the president hears why Georgians want strong debt relief before the White House takes any action. Chuck Schumer, Raphael Warnock, and Elizabeth Warren have consistently pushed for a $50,000 in relief. And they all have argued that canceling student debt is something that Biden can and should do using his executive authority. But President Biden himself has not been quite so sure. While he pledged to approve $10,000 in student loan forgiveness on the campaign trail, he expressed hesitancy with his authority to wipe out large amounts of student debt early into his term. But as Elizabeth Warren and her colleagues have maintained, the more relief, the better. According to data obtained by Senator Warren's office and recently provided to Insider, while canceling $10,000 in student debt would zero out balances for a third of borrowers, $50,000 in cancellation would wipe out debt for 72% of borrowers, or 30 million Americans. The more President Biden cancels, the more we narrow the wealth gap among borrowers, and the bigger the boost to Americans' economic futures. This is the right thing to do. So, my friends, what are your thoughts on this? Should President Biden cancel $50,000 in student loan debt? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Friends, the keyword for this video is Wyoming. If you would like to enter today's $75 Walmart gift card giveaway, please click and like several of my videos, and then comment below this keyword, which is Wyoming, and additional keywords of any video of mine that you watch. And friends, please make sure that you are subscribed to my channel. Thank you so much, my friends. California Governor Gavin Newsom has just unveiled his latest record spending proposal for the coming fiscal year. Riding a superheating economy and drawing disproportionately from the state's highest earners, the state is now projected to have a surplus larger than California or any state has ever had, and significantly more than $76 billion that the governor predicted this past January. Roughly half of the surplus is required by law to be spent on education. That leaves only roughly $49 billion in discretionary money. But Governor Newsom wants to reserve 99% of that for one-time spending. That is $18.1 billion to provide financial relief for Californians buffeted by inflation, plus $37 billion for infrastructure investments. This also includes $5.6 billion for education facility upgrades and an extra $2.3 billion for the ongoing fight against this crisis. Now, the ball is in the state legislature's court as lawmakers decide where they agree with the governor and which priorities they want to haggle over before the June 15th deadline to pass a final, balanced budget for the fiscal year that starts July 1st, 2022. For the governor and Democratic leadership in the Assembly and Senate, having to divvy up billions of new dollars during an election year is a good problem to have. The governor still wants to send $400 to most of the state's car owners. That's been the governor's idea to help drivers bear the cost of historically elevated gas prices. In the face of pushback from environmentalists, he also wants to throw in $750 million to entice transit agencies to make bus and rail travel free for at least 3 months. So, my friends, what are your thoughts on all of this new legislation? And what do you think that all states should send out as stimulus checks to their residents? Please let me know your thoughts in the comments section below. Well, my wonderful friends, that is the end of my daily stimulus update video. Thank you so very, very much for joining me here today. I greatly and truly appreciate all of you who are watching my videos daily. Remember that I'll be announcing the winner of today's giveaway in a video later tonight. Thank you so much, friends, and have a wonderful and blessed Friday.